Hey everybody, welcome back to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look at another one of the Presonus Fat Channel XT plugins that were just released about a week or so ago. This is the Alpine 550 EQ right here in front of you. We're going to take a listen to this on a drum bus, maybe some electric guitars, on a master bus, and maybe some vocals, and listen to it and see how this one sounds. But before we get to that, if you like what you see in this video, hit that subscribe button below, and also go to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and sign up for your 5 free mixing training courses, free to you just for signing up for my email list. It's right on the homepage. Those courses are worth about $110 in value. I want to give those to you absolutely free, and you will also get future pricing discounts and free goodies and stuff on my website. And if you are a Studio One user and a Presonus user, you'll really like all the courses I have under the Made Easy section on my website. I have a lot of courses dedicated to Studio One for both mixing, mastering, and recording. So check those out as well. So now let's get in here into Studio One. So here is the Alpine 550 EQ. Again, this is part of the Fat Channel XT. These are purchase plugins that you can purchase from the Presonus shop at Presonus.com. There's a couple of bundles. There's an EQ bundle, there's a compression bundle, and then there's a bundle for both. You can have one package to get all of them. Really affordable. They sound great. I've been doing reviews. There's like 14 plugins in all between compressors and EQs, and they're all on my YouTube channel under the playlist Presonus Fat Channel XT. Just check out those playlists and you'll see all the other reviews as well. Super, super great sounding and really affordable when you break it down price per plugin. Really, really affordable. So anyway, here's the 550 EQ. So let's take a walk to the plugin and then we'll listen to it on some sound examples, shall we? So over here in the top left-hand corner, we have this button here that'll turn the EQ on and off right here, okay? We have a low cut filter here. We have a high cut filter. And then here, if you want, and I believe these are cut, I think the low cut's 50 Hertz. I want to say the high cut is 15K, but I'm not quite sure. I have to read the manual on that. And then we have a filter button here, which will simultaneously put both the low cut and the high cut filter on as well. And then in the middle here, whereas most of your adjustments and tweaking is going to be, it's really simply laid out. So we have up top here our frequency selectors. Here's our low frequency here from 50 Hertz to 400 Hertz. And then our mid band here from 400 Hertz to about 5K. And then our high band here from 5K to 15K. Okay, and then these knobs along the bottom here correspond to their selector switches above. Okay, these are not variable switches, they're step switches, just like one of the more famous USA built EQ, very API-ish or very API similar sounding for sure. And so we're going to take a listen to this first on a master bus. So I have no plugins on this session at all with the exception of the Alpine 550 EQ. There's no compression, no nothing. This is on our master bus here. We have a funk track here by the band Kung Fu. The name of the song is Daddy D. It's a funk track, really cool. It's a kind of a live recording in a studio setting where there's some isolation, but we have some mic bleed and stuff, but it's recorded really well. And I like using raw sessions here with no other processing so you can really hear what the EQ does. So let's go ahead and let's play this this bit of music here, and I'll turn on the EQ here by pressing the power button, and then I'll go ahead and I'll start, trying to dial in something that sounds good. So here we go.
So sweet. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Yeah, Daddy D's gonna sit you down. And sing it for me, baby. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Ooh, yeah. Daddy D's gonna sit you down, yeah. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Yeah, Daddy D's gonna sit you down.
Okay, so what I dialed in here pretty much is 50 Hertz here. I put a little bit of 2 dB bump, just give it a little bit of low end, because remember, there's no processing on the rest of the individual tracks. Our mid frequency here at 400 Hertz, always taking out a little bit there to get rid of some of that hollowness and boxiness. And then I put a little bit of bump here at 10K, just to brighten it up a little bit. And I'll just turn it on and off by hitting this power button here, and you'll hear it on and off. So here we go.
So sweet. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Daddy D's gonna sit you down and sing it for me, baby. Daddy D's gonna bring you up. Ooh, yeah. Daddy D's gonna sit you down, yeah. Daddy D's gonna bring you up, yeah.
Okay, so instantly it just sounds a lot more clean sounding, has a lot of presence, has a little bit more low end to it, which is what we dialed in. What I really like about this EQ, which is pretty true to the hardware that they modeled, is that it doesn't get real harsh on the top end. And when you're dealing with plugins that are maybe not done very well, especially analog style plugins, emulations, when the top end is really harsh, then usually the modeling isn't very good on some of those. But on this, it's pretty smooth. It's not harsh at all. I mean, you could put a lot of top end into this.
Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Daddy D's gonna ring you up, yeah. Daddy D's gonna sit you down and sing it for me, baby. Daddy D's gonna ring you up.
Very musical sounding EQ. I like this a whole lot already. So again, doesn't sound brittle, doesn't sound harsh. It really cleans up that master bus kind of nice, considering it's the only EQ being used on the entire session. So let's shut that off here for a second, and let's just go over to our drum bus. Let's hear this just on drums, and then we'll listen to it on maybe some electric guitar and then some vocals. So here's our drums here. Okay, and let's dial this in a little. So we turned off the master bus. So we're going to put a little bit of 5K here just to kind of bring out some of that top end and that snare a little. And then again, around that 400 hertz, we're going to take out some of that boxiness there. Maybe we'll put a little bit of oomph at right around 50 hertz. Let's see what that does. Before. Very nice. So as you can hear, really quickly with a simple little EQ like this, you can dial in something that sounds very, very good, and it doesn't, there's nothing here that sounds harsh or bad at all. It sounds very smooth and very musical. So now let's go over to, say, our electric guitar. We have kind of a chicka-to-chicka kind of guitar here. Let's see what it does there. Okay, so let's dial in some stuff here. That's before. Again, sounds really good. We got 6 dB of 5K here. It sounds really clean. It's nice, nice sounding, really nice. Okay, now let's do a lead vocal here. Let's just see what we got with a lead vocal, and we'll solo it up here.
Yeah, Daddy D's gonna sit you down.
Let's go over here. Let's see what we got.
Daddy D's gonna ring you up.
Let's do some 10K here.
Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Yeah, Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Yeah, Daddy D's gonna sit you down and sing it for me, baby. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Ooh, yeah. Daddy D's gonna sit you down, yeah. Daddy D's gonna ring you up, yeah. Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Daddy D's gonna ring you up. Daddy D's gonna sit you down. Yeah, Daddy D's gonna ring you up, yeah.
So it really brings out the top end of his voice. He's got a really low voice, low register there. So that sounds pretty good. Now let's bring this and do this in context with the rest of the band here, because that's, you know, when you're doing especially a vocal. Let's just listen.
Daddy G's gonna sit you down. Daddy G's gonna bring you up, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down. Sing it for me, baby. Daddy G's gonna bring you up, ooh, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down, yeah.
Gets that vocal to sit on top of the mix and cut through pretty nicely. Now that we have it on all three of those tracks, let's go back to the master bus now that we've processed it a little bit, and let's retweak our master bus EQ a little bit.
Daddy G's gonna bring you up, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down. So sweet. Daddy G's gonna bring you up. Daddy G's gonna sit you down.
That's before.
Daddy G's gonna bring you up, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down. Sing it for me, baby. Daddy G's gonna bring you up, ooh, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down, yeah.
So there you go. Sounds really good. So that's 4 instances of the EQ across this mix. Now what we can do is we can turn them all on and off so you can hear the accumulative effect, which is always a good thing here. So what I'll do is I'll just shut off all the plugins by just pressing this little button here at the top. You can see it up here near my cursor. I'll zoom in on this at editing. I'll turn off all the plugins at the same time and turn them all back on. You can hear what the accumulative effect of this Alpine 550 EQ is doing to this mix.
So sweet. Daddy G's gonna bring you up. Daddy G's gonna sit you down. Daddy G's gonna bring you up, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down. Sing it for me, baby. Daddy G's gonna bring you up, ooh, yeah. Daddy G's gonna sit you down, yeah.
A world of difference. So we have 4 plugins quickly dialed in. We go from a very muddy sounding, real mid-range heavy track and a couple of turns of a few frequencies, and we got something that sounds a lot better, really cleaned up. And again, there's no compression, there's no other processing at all. It's a raw session, completely unprocessed. So that is the Alpine 550 EQ by Presonus, part of the Fat Channel XT. Once again, go out to my YouTube channel there and watch the playlist. I have a playlist just for the Fat Channel XT, and there'll be, by the time it's all done, 14 or 15 videos of all the plugins that come in these packages with these sound examples so you can hear the difference. And then go on out to Presonus.com if you are a Studio One user and check them out. I think you'll find they're really affordable for what you're getting, and they can really add a lot of nice analog flavor to your mixes. And it's a really good thing. And by the way, if you're also a Studio Live Series 3 mixer owner as well with Studio One, and you have the whole Presonus ecosystem, these plugins just don't work for mixing. They're also in your Studio Live, so you can take these on the road and you can be processing a live band on stage with all this nice analog hardware plugin emulation. So you're really getting kind of double duty with these plugins. You're not just getting them in Studio One, but also part of the mixer, all for one price. It's really great. And I think these are really good. I'm really happy with this EQ, and I'm going to look forward to using this even more in some of my future projects. So come on back for the next video where we're going to take a look at another one of the plugins, part of the Fat Channel XT by Presonus. And my name's been Dave with HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.